So the number one thing that I get asked before every single lesson, when I say to somebody, what do you want to work on today? It's, I want to work on consistency. So what does that mean and how do you do it? Let's get into it. Right, so the number one thing that I'm going to get asked before a majority of golf lessons, when I say to somebody, what do you want to work on today? And it is consistency. Now, consistency can mean anything to anybody, but we could be talking about strike, like quality of strike, centeredness of shot, making sure that you're hitting in the same direction every time, the same distance, and your golf clubs could be doing you a disservice when you're out there playing. And the reason for that is that they're just too forgiving now. So when you, years ago, if you were playing an old wooden persimmon driver, you knew whether you hit it out of the middle or if you were hitting it anywhere else on the club face. But the hardest thing with modern equipment is to know exactly where the shot is coming from and then what can happen when you do that, because they are just so forgiving now. So this is what you need to do. Right, so you can get some sort of foot sprays and stuff like that, which is great to put on your clubs, or if you just ask someone nicely, they'll give you some of this, some face tape. Now I get a lot of people to practice with this on. Now you've got to ignore distances and sort of results of shots because it will distort the outcome of the shot, but sticking that on there and then measuring, and it is important to measure where you're hitting the ball out of the club face and then what impact that can have, and I'll show you. Right, so one of the number one things that you're going to see, out to in swing path, steep angle attack, they're pretty common. So that swing sort of looks like this, so let's try and do that. So there you go, that would be a common thought. So steep angle of attack, hitting down across it, and there, you can see there, high toe strike. And that's what I'm going to see a lot of. Now to me as I hit it, it actually felt quite good. So, you know, getting that high toe strike, sometimes you can't actually feel that. You can see there, numbers look all right, slightly high spinning, but numbers look all right. You've got to work to try and hit the middle of the club. There, that one felt and is a lot more central. So I know it sounds blindingly obvious that if you want to hit the ball better, if you want to be more consistent, you need to find the middle of the club. But what you need to be able to do that is actually measure it. So get some foot spray if you want to put that on there, or get some impact tape, put it on the face, measure your clubs, measure your impacts and see where you're hitting it. But if you're serious about improving your game this summer, make sure that you watch this video where I talk about how I added 50 yards to a client's swing.